Welcome back to another explainer. Okay, we're diving right in today. We're taking a virtual trip to a place that honestly feels like it belongs on another planet, but it's hidden right here on Earth. It's called Animaterra, the glowing sea cave. This is a subterranean ecosystem that totally flips the script on how we understand life surviving, adapting, and ultimately thriving on our planet. We're going to break down exactly how this whole incredible ecosystem works, step by step.
I really want you to think about this for a second. What actually happens when a world of absolute, total darkness creates its very own living light? That's the central mystery we're unraveling right now. We're leaving the bright, familiar, sunlit world behind and heading down into an exploration of the cave that breaks basically all the biological rules we're used to. Like, how does a complex ecosystem even operate when the lights go out permanently?
Part 1. The 10,000-year darkness. Entering the void. So as we step over the threshold of this Pacific sea cave, the atmosphere just immediately shifts. The noisy, sun-drenched world just kind of fades away, and we're entering this hushed, incredibly mysterious environment. And get this, it's been isolated for longer than recorded human history. 10,000. For 10,000 years, relentless ocean waves have been carving out this hidden sanctuary in the Pacific. Just imagine millennia of water crashing against rock, slowly and methodically hollowing out this massive underground chamber. It's an environment built by supreme patience and, well, immense natural force.
But the absolute most critical defining feature of the space is that it is a hidden world, locked in total darkness from the sun. So, since the very beginning of its existence, solar energy, which remember is the fundamental fuel for practically every single ecosystem on Earth, has been completely shut out. Normally, no sunlight means no complex life. But as we're about to see, nature always finds a highly creative and honestly mind-blowing way to adapt.
Section 2. The Science of Living Light, Illuminating the Dark. Okay, here's the remarkable reality. This cave isn't pitch black at all. It's brilliantly, beautifully illuminated. And we really need to understand exactly how that's even possible without a single ray of sunshine penetrating the rock. The core scientific mechanism doing the heavy lifting here is bioluminescence. Basically, this is a chemical light produced directly by living organisms. Instead of relying on an external power source like the sun, the creatures in this cave are literally manufacturing their own ambient glow inside their bodies. It's like a localized, living chemistry experiment happening millions of times over, generating the only light source in this entire underground world. So, who exactly are the tiny chemists pulling this off? Well, we're talking about an incredibly diverse mix of life here: plankton, jellyfish, and fungi. We have microscopic plankton just drifting in the water, ethereal jellyfish floating through the subterranean currents, and even glowing fungi clinging to the damp rock walls. This isn't just some freak, isolated organism. We're looking at an entire interconnected bioluminescent ecosystem, producing a collective, living light that sustains the whole environment. Moving on to Section 3. Predators inside the glow, adapting to the light. Now, creating light in the dark obviously makes you visible. And being visible in the wild, that means you need some incredible survival strategies. We see this brilliantly in how the cave space is used. Down on the cave floor, we have octopuses adapting to the glow. But if you look all the way up, on the cave's ceiling, we have glowworms actively creating the glow. So from the very bottom of the water column to the absolute top of the rock ceiling, life is using this bioluminescence in completely different, highly specialized ways. Let's start down on the floor. Octopuses down there actually change their color to electric blue to camouflage themselves. I mean, think about how totally wild that is. In any normal sunlit ocean, turning yourself neon electric blue would make you literally the most obvious target in the room. But in a cave that's already bathed in ambient blue bioluminescence, turning electric blue is the ultimate disguise. These octopuses are quite literally hiding in plain sight, seamlessly blending their skin right into the living light around them, so they can hunt completely undetected. All right, now I want you to mentally shift your perspective for a second and just look up. Look up to the ceiling of the cave. Researchers actually describe the magnificent expanse up there as a galaxy. Because when you look up in Animaterra, you don't just see dark, damp rock. Thanks to the glowworms, you see this sprawling, glittering cosmos of tiny blue stars set against the pitch black. It is absolutely breathtaking. But let's reveal the predatory truth behind all that beauty. Those glowworms? They use sticky silk threads to hunt. That glorious starry galaxy is actually an intricate, glowing trap.
The glowworms lower these shimmering, super adhesive threads down from the ceiling, and they use their own glowing light to lure unsuspecting prey right into their clutches. It's honestly a perfect example of nature being incredibly brutal while appearing exceptionally beautiful at the exact same time.
Which brings us to Section 4, the high tide explosion, a cinematic climax. So we've seen the baseline steady state of the cave, but nature is dynamic, right? When the external ocean forcibly interacts with this enclosed space, we get this massive, awe-inspiring transformation. Let's walk through the exact physical mechanics of this event step by step. Step 1, the high tide rushes in from the Pacific, aggressively forcing huge volumes of water into the narrow cave. Step 2, the sheer physical force of that rushing water suddenly and violently disturbs the millions of microscopic plankton living in the cave's pool. And step 3, because these specific plankton react to physical disturbance by instantly flashing their chemical light, the cave practically explodes in a swirling blue light. The entire ecosystem reacts to the changing tide all at exactly the same time. From floor to ceiling, it is just a swirling blue light. Picture it, the electric blue octopuses on the bottom, the glowing jellyfish caught up in the rushing current, the intensely agitated plankton illuminating the chaotic water, all of it perfectly reflecting off that galaxy of glowworms hanging above. It's a total, immersive, cinematic climax of living light. For those brief moments, the ancient 10,000-year darkness is entirely banished by the sheer explosive density of the bioluminescence. And that brings us to our final, somewhat provocative thought for this explainer. What other ancient, glowing wonders are still hiding in the dark, totally undiscovered? I mean, if a 10,000-year-old wave-carved cave in the Pacific can secretly harbor a completely isolated, glowing, alien-like ecosystem, what else is out there beneath the waves? Take this sense of wonder with you today. There is always more to discover and always more light to find in the dark. Until next time, keep seeking out the fascinating structures of our world.